Hello, good evening. Hello, everyone. How are you? Good evening. Hello, who's there? Hello. Good evening. Thank you, guys. Good evening and welcome to today's program. I hope you're all doing well. You've had a pleasant day today, as I have. I hope you have too. Welcome and thank you for joining us. Welcome to Dr. Sunday's Facebook page. How are you? Thank you for joining. I can't see any names, so I'm just waiting to see the names so that I can say hello. You know how excited I get with names. Hello, Vivian. How are you, Vivian? Good evening. You're the first person that I'm seeing her name now. So thank you, Vivian. Thanks for joining. How are you today? Thank you all. Good evening. How is everyone doing? Thank you. I can only see Vivian's name. I haven't seen any other names. So, guys, please let me say hello to you by mentioning your name. But I can only do that if I can see your name. Hello, Yemi. Good evening. Thank you for joining. I hope you're okay. Thank you all. Guys, please don't forget to do the honors of sharing. Please share this program with as many people as possible. You can share by tagging and you can also share by inviting people. So do as you wish, but please share with as many people as possible. Hello, Theodore. How are you? Thank you very much, Theo. It's a nice compliment there. I appreciate it. Thank you, Gift. How are you today? Good evening. Thank you for joining. Thank you very much, Gift. Thank you, Ifenyinwa. How are you? Good evening. Thank you for joining. Thank you all. I appreciate you. Today, I thought that we should have a discussion. And you know that we're in the office in Kiev, well, Dr. Sunday's office also in the church. So, because it's having leaders meeting all week this week. And I thought it would be nice if we have a discussion, or should I say a reflection on the 9 p.m. programs. A lot of things happens at 9 p.m. Where Dr. Sunday teaches. That's the most popular program, more popular than this, which is understandable with the time and also the person that is leading. Dr. Sunday has so much to give, so I understand that. But I just thought it would be nice if we reflect on it and you share your opinions, your thoughts, what you're thinking on the 9 p.m. programs, especially since Dr. Sunday started the calling in. You know, what's that doing to you? Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? What you're hearing from people. Also, I think that the topics as well, they're really important. And the ways that Dr. Sunday have been showing videos on vindication and other things. This is really our opportunity to engage. So I really do want us to engage in this together. I don't want to do this alone, and I don't want to do it with the team here in Ukraine alone. I think that we are also a team right here on Facebook or social media generally. We're a team, and we really want to bring you the best. So what are your thoughts? And also, I have the privilege of being the person behind the scene when Dr. Sunday is on the program and is teaching, and seeing many people with their comments and seeing some of the comments. You know, it's really, the comments are really interesting, some good, some bad, and how some comments are also distracting. I see that it's distracting with the audience, and some are responding to comments. And I also have the honors, I haven't finished the statement, I have the honors of actually banning people. I love that job. So guys, I just want us to have our reflection as a family, as a team, to discuss how the program is, what your thoughts are, what you think of it. So let's do it, guys. And you know what to do. You can call Julie in Goya. Julie is going to put her details on the comments, in the comment section, so that you can see right now. And also you can write your comments below and in the comment section. I really want to see what you guys are thinking, what you think that we should do or what we can do differently, what's funny to you. This is just like our time of discussion on everything. Hello, Paul. Good evening. Thank you for joining. Yinka, good evening. Thank you for joining. Hello, Chinwe, good evening. Thank you for joining. Thank you very much. Oriyomi, good evening. Hi, Rams. How are you? I hope you're okay, Remy. Thank you for joining. Olivumi, good evening. Thank you for joining. Who else have I got? I have Gladys. Hello, good evening. Thank you for joining. Thank you all. I appreciate you. Please, one more time, please do the honors of sharing this program. Share with as many people as possible so that we can have more people in the family sharing their opinions. Hi, Houston. I hope you're okay. Thank you so much for joining. Doris, how are you? Thank you for joining. Cecile, good evening. Thank you for joining. So, okay, I will keep saying thank you and join and welcome you. When I see your name up and I haven't mentioned it, I will do as my best to mention your names. Let me start by asking the question on 9 p.m. programs, because today is reflection. Miss Song, good evening. It's our reflection on the 9 p.m. program. What are your thoughts on it? So the question I want to ask you is that recently Dr. Sunday have been opening up the lines after the program to hear your opinion and to share your thoughts with others, other people that are listening. So since this has been happening, it's been a few weeks now. What do you think about this? I know a lot of people like it because people are actually calling in and they're sharing their opinion. But what do you think? This is your opportunity to actually talk about the calling in to talk about calling in. So let me hear your thoughts about that, Afolabi. And the other thing that I wanted to ask you as well is about when the comments that, because I sit down to kind of read through the comments and see what's happening, when there are comments and the distraction and, people writing back and sharing, saying their opinion to people that are distractors. Yesterday we had a couple who were a bit distractive or destructive, and people were replying to them. So what are your thoughts on all these things? Let's discuss. I have my opinion about it. Okay, one of the things I have my opinion about, which I also have told you already that I actually enjoy very much, which is actually deleting comments and banning people. That is like something that I relish doing. But at the same time, I have to think that the message is not about people always agreeing, because that's always Dr. Sunday's stance. Dr. Sunday's stance is that even if you don't agree with me, that's okay. I'll just tell my truth, and what I believe and what God has put in my heart, and you do what you wish with it. But I personally, when somebody is getting distractive or destructive, I delete. So what do you think about that? Let me know your thoughts. Hello, peace, good evening. Thank you for joining. Who else do we have here? Afolabi, good evening. Thank you very much for joining. So what are your thoughts on it? Please share it. Write in the comment section if you're not going to say anything. Okay. Thank you, Ifeanyiwa. You are an upstarter. Thank you for your comments. You're saying that the program has blessed me, has blessed so many lives. In fact, DSA is a prayer answered. I have personally become a better Christian myself, listening and doing what DSA is preaching. Wow, Ifeanyiwa, thank you very much for that. That is a very honest and transparent comment there. So this has blessed you and it's blessed so many people. I agree. I mean, I'm one of those blessed stories. My life is like that. I was a London girl living in London, minding my own business until I came across Dr. Sunday on Facebook. And here I am. That was earlier last year. And here I am in Kyiv, Ukraine, where I am actually working in his team with his people and seeing the wonderful work that they do. And, every day I am amazed. And if everybody knows Julie, not that I'm only amazed, I'm learning so much. I feel like I have grown in like maybe 5 years in just a few months. So, yes, absolutely, I would say everybody to continue to listen, watch, learn, also trust your own judgments as well as you're learning, because you also start to develop and you start to understand things in a different way. So start to trust yourself also more. This is one thing that I have learned, and my experience here actually has helped me to actually love God more. I didn't realize that I was such a pagan, and also I actually knew that I didn't love God. That I was kind of doing things and relating to God as, you know, I do this for you, I scratch your back, you scratch my back. I go to church, I'm nice, and you have to give me the things that I need. So yes, I totally agree with you. If anyone, it's really, it does help. This teachings, Dr. Sunday's teachings, really does help you and help you to come to an understanding that you didn't have before. So thank you so much for sharing that. Anyone else, please share your opinion. Let's hear what your thoughts are, what you're thinking, especially on the 9 p.m. programs, the titles, the topics, how Dr. Sunday is putting these things together. I just think it's just nice to have this discussion. Dr. Sunday is currently teaching now, teaching the members of his church, or should I say leadership team, and I just think that it would be nice for us to reflect on what he's been doing at 9 p.m., how he's approaching things, and some of the comments and maybe distractions as well that comes on during the program at 9 p.m. I'm just a very curious person, and I wonder what you guys also are thinking, especially those who are those who follow regularly. So Adamu, good evening. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, what are your thoughts? Oh, peace. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Dairo, good evening. Thank you for watching. So who else have something to say, or should I just continue and give you my own thoughts and what is happening? Or I don't know if somebody else wants to say something here. Rita, good evening. Thank you for joining. Thank you very much. Please share, guys. Share so that other people can join. And don't forget, you can always call Julie Ngoya on Messenger. When you call Julie Ngoya on Messenger, you can talk live and share your opinion live here on Facebook so that everybody can see or hear what you're saying, and we can be a co-host together. What do you think? I really like that. So join us in doing that. Ogushala, good evening. Thank you for joining. Bumi, thank you for joining. Thank you very much. Very nice of you guys with all the hearts. I am really warm with these hearts that I'm seeing. Thank you. I appreciate it. So what else can I say about 9 p.m. program? I can say so much. Maybe we should go on the topics. This week, Dr. Sunday has been talking about vindication. And, you know, I always find Dr. Sunday amazing anyway. Like, I personally think that he's somebody that you cannot kind of like understand in advance his knowledge and his actions. He always comes up with surprises. So that's how I can say it. He always comes up with surprises. Every day we're intrigued with his understanding, his knowledge, his views on things, especially when we have discussion. He's totally very simple, but very pragmatic as well, very detailed as well, but very calm in the way he reasons. So when he started this vindication program, and, you know, talking this week about vindication, I was thinking, okay, how is this going to go exactly? You know, you're already vindicated. Everybody, most of the people that watch you, that watches you regularly, they are people that understand, the people that God has helped to know the truth and understand the truth. But it's just the way. It's not even for me. I actually think that maybe the title is about vindication and, you know, giving us examples of love and how we should be as Christian, and how the charlatans, especially in Africa, are doing things the very warped way. This experience in this last few days has really turned my own heart to really understand love, to understand Christianity, to understand God, the message of God, in a way that I don't even feel like it's vindicating him. I actually feel like it's not just vindicating him, but it's actually also even helping me, and I hope you too at home, helping us to grow to love God more and love ourselves, love our neighbors, people around us a lot more. And I wouldn't have even thought of this. I think somebody called yesterday and said that they watched the video of the guy who was satanic. I think it was the guy's Pastor Gideon, and they watched that video before, but they didn't have the same understanding, or they didn't even see anything about it. But as Dr. Sunday shared this video, their hearts, their mind, their understanding of what's going on, and how we can love and how they can relate that to themselves, to grow, to develop themselves, actually changed. And yes, this is what I feel almost every day as I'm learning here. I'm finding that the angle that I'm not even thinking of or think that is possible is like everything is new every day, literally new every single day. Come in. Hi. Okay. Hello, Belle. So, sorry about that, guys. So, if anyone, let's see, the truth is the average Pentecostal Christian in Nigeria has been complaining about the kind of message we are being fed. And because of the culture of not allowing people to ask questions, these people continue to play on our intelligence. If anyone, that's actually a good point that you raised there. And, this is one of the reasons why I love being this environment, and I love our relationship with, Facebook, and what Facebook has availed us to be able to do, that we now can have this opportunity to dialogue and discuss some of these issues and question some of the things that we hear. And, like you said, in church, you can't even go to the pastor to ask questions. And even if you do, they kind of fog you off with either you're rebellious, either let the Holy Spirit speak to you, or just say, you really need to let God minister to you. There's no opportunity to ask questions, and everything is really dumbed down for you, and only one person or two people understands and knows what is going on. Everybody else, the Holy Spirit is not in them, God is not in them. And I've always questioned that as a Christian as well, that can be the case. God can actually love the pastor more than he loves me, and give him more understanding than he gives me. Yes, I take a responsibility that I need to look into I need to read the Bible, I need to have a relationship with God, and I also understand that some people have strength where I'm not so strong. I understand that as well. It's not as though I am expecting that we're all at the same level. I think we're all at different levels. But if this is continuously like a lifestyle, then it becomes a problem, and that's what I see with being a Christian and Pentecostal, especially in the church, where you're just talked to and talked down to, and there's no opportunity to ask questions. And when you do ask questions, they're always related to spirituality, you not being spiritual enough or being kind of anointed enough to understand certain things, even though common sense should prevail in some of these issues. So actually, if I understand you correctly, I think you're absolutely right. And this is one thing that Dr. Sunday has got spot on, where he gives everybody the opportunity to just be themselves. Have your own understanding of what have your own understanding and your own knowledge. He will put out what he knows, what he understands. He will put it out, freely, without being prejudiced. But it's also up to you also to either accept or not accept. But he would also back it up with references. He would back it up with facts. We would back it up with evidence. So this is also something that, for me, what I try to do is that everything that I see that I like, I think that these are good things to cultivate. I try to cultivate them and imbibe them in myself. So also, I'm maybe somebody that I'm very strong in my opinions before, and rightly or wrongly this may be, most of the time I think it was wrong. And what I do now with being around Dr. Sunday is that I always give room for that my strong opinion to be wrong. Because Dr. Sunday gives everybody a chance. It gives us all opportunity to be who we are, to say, to dialogue back to him, to agree or disagree on issues. And I also would like to do that, where even when I'm strong in an opinion, I'm strong on something, I always want to also give other people a chance and have the benefit of that I may be wrong on something, and also that I might be saying things from a different point of view. But ultimately, I really do have this freedom now that everything should always align to the truth. So there's always, this truth is always absolute. So in our disagreement on the way that we see things, there is always truth in it, and that does not change. So that gives me a lot of comfort, even if my understanding might be limited at some point, but truth is not limited. So the truth is absolute, and that makes it a lot easier to even relate now, because I know where I can where the center is, if that makes sense. If I'm making sense, I know where the center is, where I need to go at the end of the day is to the truth. So thank you so much. If anyone, the truth, I'll read the comment again. The truth is the average Pentecostal church in Nigeria has been complaining about the kind of message we are being fed, and because of the culture of not allowing people to ask questions, these people continue to play on our intelligence. And you know, another thing, that's absolutely right, but we don't have to also allow people to play on our intelligence. We also have a responsibility to ourselves, to God, and to others as well, that we don't have to let them play on our intelligence. We are intelligent, so why should we let them play with it? So we should not dance with them, if that's what it takes, or if that make if that make any sense. If you know somebody is playing on your intelligence, for example in the church, why continue to go to the church? If you don't agree with something, why continue to participate in it? You don't need to participate in it. You can just walk away. You don't have to fight with them. You don't have to insult them, but you can just make your leave. You know, you don't, and also establish what you believe in and stand steadfast and strong in that. So I think that we also feed them. You know, when they feed us, we feed them by accepting what is wrong, by continuing to engage in what we know that is not right, or is not the direction that is true, that is absolute truth, that it should be. So thank you again for that comment. I appreciate it. Please, guys, let's see what you have to say. Afolabi says, truly Mayowa has changed dramatically, and I could see mental growth in her life. Wow, Afolabi, wow. That's what has happened to so many of us also. A big thank you to our mentor, DSA. Afolabi, OMG. Thank you so much for that. I mean, that's a compliment. I would say that I have grown. I really do agree with you totally. And you know what? I still feel that there's so much that I need to learn, but I have grown, and I appreciate this opportunity to grow. And you know, I also learn with you, and I also learn from you. So I learn from everybody on the platform, and I also learn with you as well as you are learning too. So thank you very much for that comment. I appreciate the comment, and it's very, very nice that somebody have observed that. Thank you. What do we have here? Olabisu said yes. Ogunshola, good evening. Thank you for joining. So what do we have as well? Theodore says, can DSO also give opportunity for question after each presentation, so we don't repeat same mistake being done in our local churches? Theodore, that's exactly what is happening though. Have you been to any of this program? Have you finished the program to the end? Because that's what we do. That's what this reflection is about. That what do you think about the phone line being open and people being able to call and ask questions? You know, you can ask questions, you can give your comments. It doesn't have to just be comments. It can also be a question. So you're free to do so. And you know, also, if you don't know, Dr. Sunday also have a fortnightly Ask Dr. Sunday. Here also you can ask questions. And it's also on YouTube, Sunday Adelaja Official. There are a list of questions, several questions that have been asked in Ask Dr. Sunday or Ask Pastor Sunday. The title is titled, look at the playlist, Ask. And in that playlist, you see a whole list of questions that have been asked in the past. And if you're talking about the 9 p.m. program, of course, you can also call in to ask questions if you wish. And you can also write your comments or your question particularly on every 2 weeks. We have every fortnightly program at 2 p.m. Ukraine time. On the next one is on the 16th. Oh, excuse me, it's on the 14th of this month, so 14th of October, so which is not in 2 days time but the following Saturday. So join us for that. Then you can ask any question. Dr. Sunday is very big on questions. So if you're somebody that like to ask questions, he thinks this question is even more important than, I think, I don't want to quote him wrong, but question is so important. It's important. Anybody that wants to get anywhere in life, that wants growth, that wants understanding, you have to be somebody who has question. Either ask other people that knows better, or other people that may know, or even ask yourself questions. You have to ask question. You have to be somebody that love question and ask question. So please don't hesitate. Call in the evening. You can call Matic. So the profile that you will call is Move Agents, MOVE Agents, AGENTS. It's like a Facebook profile like Mayowa Olaya. So you can just go on the Move Agents profile, and there you can call in to say you want to speak. And we have people here, Julie particularly, who would put your calls through. So call Messenger Move Agents in the evening, and you can get your questions answered. Boniface is saying that he's watching from Nairobi, Kenya. Thank you so much. Such a warm thing to know that there are people watching us far and wide. So thank you very much for that, Boniface. Thank you. Tija, good evening. Thank you for joining. Hello, Pastor Irene. Thank you for joining. Ifeanyi said, Ifeanyiwa, thank you so much, Ifeanyiwa. It's really nice that you are really sharing your thoughts with us here today. I really appreciate it. So please continue to do so. It's really nice to rub minds together. It says, a lot of people now look forward to DSA evening program. It's simply life-changing, especially the love messages. Wow, you know. If anyone, you know, this is so true. I personally, I live with DSA, right? I stay with him all the time. I'm usually in his office. At home, we're in a place called VIP, or, you know, the only time that I wouldn't see him is maybe in the night time when he goes to his family, of course, and maybe very early in the morning as well. And I also still look forward to 9 p.m. program. Now, I still look forward to it because every day, you know, when we finish at 9 p.m., some of the things that we hear and the way that he shares the programs and his thoughts and his understanding of things, we end up finishing and actually clapping for him like, wow. And, you know, particularly all of us was like, when is it going to be a day that we will sit down and we will feel like, okay, I've heard this before, it's no big deal. You know, there's no growth in this. Is this ever going to happen? We don't know. And this happens every single day. So I do get it. And I do want other people as well, more people. You know, there's so many people in this world. And a lot of people are suffering from ignorance, lack of understanding, not knowing what they don't know, especially in Africa. So we really need to spread this word as much as we can. You know, we really need to spread this, and everything is available free of charge. Yes, when I say that, I know that some people have challenges with data, but we are also trying our best to provide it free of charge for people who have challenges with data. We're doing that in Nigeria. There's going to be, there are times, or should I say, a setup that are available on weekends that people can go on, should I say, stand available that people can go to download Dr. Sunday's teachings on flash drive or CD. That some of our team members in Nigeria are waiting and happy to support people who wants to download Dr. Sunday's teachings. So, and also, if you have data, there are ways of course, on Facebook. You can download on YouTube, Sunday Adelaja Official. So you go to Sunday Adelaja Official, and then there's SoundCloud, there is Telegram, So there's so many avenues that you can download Dr. Sunday's teachings. So let's help people with it. Let's spread the news. Let's send it to people as well. I was thinking for people on WhatsApp, their audios as well. Their audios are available, short audios that you can send of Dr. Sunday's teaching, and some of them are also available in Yoruba. Actually, I said I was going to do a show on that. One of these programs would be on the Yoruba audios, because I understand Yoruba very well, and when I was listening to the one of the that was translated, I was absolutely blown away. So that's also available. We want to reach people in their language that they understand, in their own dialect. So that's another project that I think that we should put our minds on and try to engage in, that if you can translate in your own dialect some of Dr. Sunday's teaching, put in a nutshell, so that other people can benefit from your side, or your from your, I don't know, from your town, for example. I don't know if I'm saying this correctly, but people that have different dialect that may not be able to understand in the language that Dr. Sunday, or in the dialect, or in English generally, please help out. Translate it. Take Dr. Sunday's teachings, translate it in the way that you can, share it with as many people on WhatsApp. Especially people do spread a lot of things on WhatsApp, and I think this one would be a good one to share with people, and just help people also to gain the same freedom and be liberated from all these religions, dogmas that is really cloud our growth over the last few years, or maybe even going to decades now. Hello, thank you very much, Pastor Irene. I appreciate that. The topic that DSA is teaching is opening people's up for reflection. Yes, Chinwe, that's absolutely true, because I actually feel that way as well. I've come to realize that, it may be that I actually don't love our religion has actually turned me into somebody who hates, without realizing it. Going to church and praying all this prayer, fall down and die, this and whoever is doing this and this, is actually built you up to hate and to be suspicious and to be condemning. Being a Christian is almost like you're condemning everybody. There's no love. You're looking down on people without me even knowing. Not until recently, not recently, but maybe over the last few months, I start to realize that, wow, no wonder nobody follows you to church other than your black people who are afraid that God is going to strike them down, or the devil is going to get hold of them, that goes to church. They go to church for that. They go to church because, the devil will get hold of me, and if I don't pray with that season, then I'm going to be a prey to the devil. Let's be honest. That's why most people go to church. And not because of love, not because of the love that they have for God. And I've just started to see plainly what we do wrong, how we not really focusing on God and the one commandment, which is love. We really, really don't even practice that at all. And when they're saying, these big people, the authorities, should I say, praying in such a wicked way and in such a very harsh way, you also grow to be harsh. It's like if you live in a home where you have like a parent that is very mean and harsh, the children will grow to be that way. And we spend a big chunk of our lives as Christian in church and in church gathering and listening to our pastor, trying to love God in the way that we think that we should love him. And we're not loving people. So it's unfortunate. And you're absolutely right. This topic are pivotal. And we really do need to look inwards, look within ourselves in order to develop to be what God wants us to be, and to also be a benefit in this world, to be a solution to this world, and rather than be a problem. So thank you so much for that comment. Thank you. KG, is it KG or K? Yeah, KG. Thank you very much. Spectrum, that's your internet is messing up at the moment. I'm sorry about that, but luckily you can watch this again, so this will be saved. You can watch it again on Sunday Adelaja Official on YouTube, or you can actually just download it from this page or rewatch it from this page that you're on right now, Dr. Sunday Adelaja's Facebook page. But thank you so much for joining. Nikki, how I never get bored listening to DSA. Nikki, you're not the only one. You're not the only one. You know, sometimes we want to really just get him to talk, but DSA don't talk without having reasons, or without he doesn't talk and just for the sake of it. So we always want to listen to him because we're learning so much, and at the same time we also want to digest what we're listening to, what we're hearing from him all the time. So we never get bored at all. We never get bored even being around him. I mean, for me, I've told people this already. A lot of people know, you know, somebody that lives in a city for all my life. Basically, I've lived in a city, a big city in London. To just be here, be in here, and not get bored and tired and saying, "Oh, I want to go back home," that says a lot, you know. Or saying that I miss this. Yes, I do miss my friends and family, but not enough not to want to grab on or continue to learn and develop myself, because I know that I would actually be a better person when I do end up going back to them. And you know, I hope that I would be also a solution to some of the people that cannot be here, and you know, I can right now, and I can go and be of great benefit to others. So yes, I'm looking forward to that. But thank you so much. Yes, you never get bored. I never get bored, and I don't think that anybody will get bored. So thank you very much, guys. Ifenyi, don't say finally. Not just finally. I really want you to write some more. So I would just say thanks to Mark Zuckerberg for creating Facebook. If not, I wouldn't have known DSA. That's a very, very nice of you. I hope he's hearing us, or maybe, I don't know, maybe there's a program that when you mention his name, he gets a notification that your name was mentioned verbally, and also writing his name down would give him an alert. So thank you so much. I think that's really good to appreciate that. Yes, he's done that. But yes, that's great. We appreciate Mark Zuckerberg for Facebook. Why not? Why can't we appreciate him? But also, we also appreciate Dr. Sunday for taking the actions and not saying, well, my life is okay, I don't need to share anything, which is what was one of the biggest wonders for me. I used to wonder that, why is this guy doing this? Just live your life and be happy. And, you know, he has a heart of love. He has this burden for everybody to be free, to understand God, to love God as they should, not, you know, in fear, to just to be in harmony with God and alignment with God. So I understood that, but it took me a long time. I now understand that, but it took me a long time before I do, because I'm from a very selfish world, or, you know, look after yourself, make sure that you're doing good, make sure that you reflect God by what you have and the things that you possess, you know, not really by my actions of showing love and caring for people. But he's showing me otherwise, and I am really grateful, because this gives me more pleasure than acquiring the things that I thought that, you know, those are the things that makes me a child of God. The things that I acquire. I still like good things, no, don't get me wrong, but the important thing is people and the love that I have for God, and that I show those people through those examples that I'm learning from Dr. Sunday and his family, actually. And, you know, actually not just him and his family, but also the people around us here, everyone here. I think they really imbibe this culture and this love. Thank you so much. Chimezi, I was wondering when you're going to turn up. Hello, thank you for joining us. Yinka, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. Jesse, thank you. Thank you. So guys, what are your thoughts? Please continue to share your thoughts. I really do want to know. I am interested. I think it would help to understand if we're in the right direction with especially the 9 p.m. programs, what we're doing. Dr. Sunday would do the things that God asked him to do. So it's not really we just care about your opinion, not that we have to, like, you know, go one direction or the other. It's just so that you know that we care about you. We want to know that if you're getting this the right, you're getting the information, you're understanding what is happening, what Dr. Sunday is doing, and if he's helping you with your life, with your relationship. And from what I'm reading, I believe that it is. And, you know, I'm also sharing my own thoughts as well. So thank you so much. I really do want you to share yours as well. I guess DSA has enabled us, I think, to attain a paradigm shift. Yes. I meant to say, okay, DSA made us to attain a paradigm shift. Absolutely. You know, Chimeze, that's one thing that, you know, this paradigm shift for us, maybe myself and Julie, for example, is like almost on a daily basis. It's like you think that you're in the one side and you know something, and then when she shares and it opens you up, or opens your understanding up, you just immediately, I almost feel this shift, literally, that wow. You know, I was saying earlier that we're showing the videos of the vindication that this of Christian in different parts of the world, and how they show love compared to Christians in Africa, for example, or authorities, religious authorities in Africa, how they take religion and faith, and how others from around the world have, especially with people that are condemned or considered to be evil, or considered to be not of God. It just kind of opened my mind totally to another level. Like, this paradigm is totally different now, because, you know, I'm not the person that subscribed to suffer not a witch to live. Do you understand? Because I'm not really, you know, I'm not that way inclined. I don't, you know, I don't care to not suffer a witch to live. But I, on another scale, also do that, where, you know, you condemn, maybe it's not a witch, because I don't really believe, all this witch thing doesn't really work for me. But there's other things that I do that is also maybe not on the same scale, but it's on similar, it's on a similar thought pattern. So, which is maybe if I felt like somebody is not a Christian, or maybe they do things that I don't do as a Christian, I also condemn them. I might not do what the religious cabals do or what they would say, but I do something on a different level as well, which is just as bad. So this paradigm shift for me is like just listening to that somebody is a witch, somebody who used to be bad, or they're satanist, and the way that love pulled those people back, you know, pulled them back to God, and the way that love changed those people's mind. I actually think that I possess now something that, first, you know, I don't need anybody to, I don't need anybody's authority for me to demonstrate it. It is in me already. I have this love already. It's a tool that I have already in me. All I need to do is make use of it. So you see how empowering that is? You know, it's not prayers, it's not, you know, money, it's not, yeah, I will use my money too, but this is something that I already possess, that I have. So I didn't know I have such a gold inside of me that I can use to turn everything around. And this teaching with vindication is just opened my eyes so much that, wow. So with my love, everything that I've complained about, people that I don't like, or I said they're doing this to me, or they're not this way, or they're not this, what I've already been given, what I possess, can actually help me and help them as well, you know, to turn things around. Why do I even ever argue? Why do I ever have disagreements? Even in family, you know, when you have disagreement with siblings or in-laws or something, these are all totally lack of understanding of what tools that I have, which is the love that I have, that God has given me. And it was just there inside of me, just dormant. Like, I think I love people that love me, but now going to the level of loving people that they don't love me, they don't even care about me, but what's stopping me from loving them? There's nothing stopping me. I don't need to love people that because they love me, or love them back because they want me. No, I have this thing that my Creator is, which is, before I was born, He knew me, and He loved me before I even came on this earth, and He died for me before I came on this earth. So everything for me now is just coming together. Like, wow. So this is God. You know, it's almost like you're meeting God for the first time. You're understanding God. You're understanding his reasoning of things. And it's just so amazing that I have this thing in me. So this vindication and talking about love and how we should be as Christians and caring for other people and not, you know, believing in devil and evil. And even if those things are in play, the only thing that can overcome those things, that can empower those, that can subdue those things is love, which I already possess. I just need to trigger them. I just need to make it work. So that paradigm shift, yes, is amazing. And I'm really, really happy. And I feel like this is such an opportunity to be alive and to have the opportunity to have the privilege, right? That's the word I want to use, to have the privilege to hear this and also use that tool called love. So I feel like there's nothing that I cannot do. And I am really starting to understand Dr. Sunday's stance on why he does what he does, why, you know, I don't know if he even sleeps 3 hours a day and still wants to give this, give financially, give physically, give his time, give his advice, give his understanding. I now see it, because I used to be like, what's, you know, just chill out, live your own life and, you know, go to believe in God on earth and, you know, just go. We have here, hello Israel, good evening, thank you for joining. So guys, what are your thoughts? I really do like some of the comments that I'm hearing here, I'm reading out, and what you are saying and your own mind as well. I think, you know, being so far away from most people, you know, being here in Kyiv, I really do think that we have a lot in common, and we have a lot in common, and we have the same understanding. So it's really nice to know and to see that that's happening. Okay, comments, I can't see any comments, Julie. Okay, sorry. Julie says, judging from what Chimezi wrote beforehand. Oh, thank you. Okay, I understand. I think Chimezi has cleared that up with Yemi. Thank you very much for that. Sorry, man. Okay. Thank you, guys. Okay. I can't see any more comments. So, guys, please share your opinion. I really do want to know what your thoughts are. Okay. Sorry, I didn't see this coming from Sheung Sani. It's saying showing love towards people. I couldn't see it, so Julie was trying to tell me, but I can read it now. It says showing love towards someone is different from being hard on people to do the right thing. Being hard on people to do the right thing is also an act of love. That's interesting, Sheung. Okay. It's this. I'm not sure about being hard on people. I think maybe you mean like being disciplined and not being like a pushover. But I don't know if we do need to be hard on people. You know, I think God is the one that let people make up their own mind. They have their own choices to make. Why should we be hard on them to do what we think? I don't know. Anyone else have an opinion on this? Because I'm sure we all do have an opinion, but who wants to share that opinion? Please feel free to do so. I don't think we need to be hard, but I do know that you need to be a disciplined person, somebody that is focused, and somebody that is maybe direct. Don't kind of like let people push you over. I understand all those things about relationships and about working, especially when you're working with people. But being hard, I don't know if that's the terminology that we want to use. Pushing people to do the right thing, I don't even think that we need to push people to do the right thing. I think we need to show them the right thing and then let them make their decisions. We shouldn't have to push or direct them or conduct them to do that. You know, I'm even, the more I'm saying this, the more convinced I'm getting, because initially I really wanted to, like, this is my opinion. But even God, look at God, right? He doesn't even force us to do anything. If you don't love him, he leaves you. If you love him, he leaves, you know, he's also okay with it. You know, he wants you to love him. He shows you love. He gives you everything that you need even before you ask. But he doesn't force it. That's why he gave us free will. So then who are we? Who are we to then say we have to push him people? I don't know. Maybe I'm talking from a female point of view, or maybe from a not very, I don't know. I'm actually known to be very authoritative, but I don't do it because I really want to push people to do whatever I want. I don't like it. There's something that, you know, I think maybe I'm graced with, or many people also will be graced with, is that I'm privileged to come from an environment where I'm told that I should treat people the way that I want to be treated. I don't really want to be pushed to do the right thing. You know, I want to know what the right things are, and then I want to make the choice to do it, just with God. And also, I don't want to be hard. I don't want people to be hard on me. You know, I want people to be firm with me when I'm doing something, but not hard. You know, like if I'm doing something wrong, I do appreciate when somebody is firm and say this is wrong, because then my attention will be drawn to it. But I don't want to be hard. I don't want people to be hard on me. I think sometimes we push people away when we are like that. And also, I don't think that also shows the nature of God, because I don't think God is hard. Even in parts of the Bible where God has actually been, you know, where God has rebuked people, it's not out of a hardness. It was out of like even love, like you said, to correct them, to make them to be what they're supposed to be, or to do the right thing. But it wasn't out of hard or harsh or, you know, pushing. No. So that's my opinion. Anybody else has got something to say about this, please share it. I really appreciate Sheun though. Sheun, thank you so much for sharing that with us. I think it's a point of view that, you know, a lot of people they might not be able to admit it the way you have. And even myself, I'm also learning, because I was also somebody that some people would consider to be very hard at times, but it's not coming from a place of harshness, or, you know, maybe I should let other people to talk about that, not me to talk about what other people are thinking, if it's harsh or not harsh. But I do get your point, and I get it. I understand what you're saying. Chimesi says, I think we just need to model the correct behavior. We don't need to push. I'm guilty of pushing. Oh, admit. Oh, Chimesi. Just like myself. Okay. But I know that the right approach is to teach, explain, and model the truth. That was the approach of Christ, and I see DSA use this too. He uses the concepts and principles in his teachings, and books. People will nurture. Let me see if I can see this. Okay, yeah, I'm reading it on another device. People will naturally identify the truth and move towards it, or if they don't, we can't do anything about it. Yes, Chimizi, I'm in total agreement with you there, you know, because yes, we don't want to push, we don't want to, what's the other word that was used? You know, don't push, don't control, don't force. What we do want to do is, like you said, is teach, explain, model it. And like you said again, that's exactly what Jesus did. Jesus has showed us so many examples of love, of caring for people, of understanding people in the Bible, that, you know, we have a lot of models of Jesus showing love. So why is it that we don't also practice the same? And we, as believers, or we say that we're believers, what we want to do is push it and push our own agenda. It sounds like we're trying to push our own agenda and, you know, push the things that we think that is right. But we might think is right, then also respect the soundedness and sound-mindedness of another person. That God that created you created them as well, and God gave them also knowledge, wisdom. And if you have an opinion that is strong, or something that you really, really feel like you should push, say your thing, modulate, explain it, and do what you need to do, but don't let us push people, because also that might actually push them away entirely, and then we will lose them. So, but I do really appreciate Chinwe, and I also appreciate Chimezi for sharing that. That's really a good one, and I'm also learning from it. I would actually watch out, because I'm also guilty of pushing at times as well. Okay, especially when I totally think that something is really, really, really the way it should be. This is how it should be, and trying to understand from another person's point of view might be a little bit challenging for me. But I'm learning, and I'm very conscious of it now. Thank you so much. Vivian says, you're doing a good job, Mayowa. Oh, Vivian, thank you. I haven't commented because I'm getting ready to go to Uncle Sam while listening, where my time is not worth much to them. Being feasting off of creating your own self-worth. Teaching is the method that stick in your mind. Thank you so much, Vivian. Yes, if you understand this Uncle Sam system right now, I know that you would also be planning to get out of Uncle Sam very soon. So I know that this is just work in progress. But thank you for joining, and also I do like your contribution. Thank you. The contribution that you've been feasting off, creating your own self-worth. Teaching is the method that stick in your mind. Yes. So when we teach other people, and that's a very good point, Vivian, because what I also know about teaching is that when you do know something and you teach somebody, you also learn from teaching. Even though you already know those things, but by teaching as well, you also learn, and you also stick in your mind, like Vivian said. So that's key, and we also should remember that. I think it's actually part of the learning model, that if you really want to learn something, you really want to know something, as soon as you're learning that, you also need to go and teach somebody else what you're learning. That way it sticks in your mind, and also somebody else benefits from that knowledge. So yes, I totally agree with Vivian. Thank you so much. Even if I don't agree, guys, I know I'm saying that I agree. I don't have to agree. Just share your opinion. It's not for me to agree. It's just that I'm just used to using some words, and it's not about me. It's about us. Okay. So thank you for joining, and I appreciate your comments and taking the time to share your opinions with us. So what else do we have? I really do want to read some more comments. If there anybody out there that wants to share anything with us, please let me know. Let me see your comments right now, and we can all learn together. Thank you. Yeah, correct behavior. We don't need to, yeah, thank you. So guys, I appreciate you joining this evening. It's great spending time with you. Every evening is always great. Dr. Sunday is going to be back. Is also going to have videos as usual that is going to teach on share with you on vindication and showing love. We've talked about this already, and how much we're learning in order to show more love and just model Christ. A lot of people mention modeling Christ, not modeling people, modeling Christ, modeling the right thing, doing the right thing, being on the truth. I love a lot of the things that Chimezi and if everybody shared, really. But the person that shared most with us is Ifenwad Elia. She's really engaged with us and what she's learning from Dr. Sunday and what is learning from the teaching. So I appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you guys again. Dr. Sunday will be back very soon. We'll be here in about an hour exactly, according to the time. So we're going to continue with the teaching tonight in an hour's time. And don't forget, we have Dr. Sunday in so many platforms. There really is no excuse for us not to spread this to people and also let our world be great. There's something about understanding something. I know I mentioned about teaching, and if you learn something, teach somebody else. But in this case, if you're learning something from Dr. Sunday, we're learning and we're developing, we should also find ways to share it with other people. Teaching is one thing, is one method, but there's another method which is just sharing. And we can share this by sharing it on our platforms, on our Facebook platform, or if you have any other social media platform, please feel free to. We have a lot of people that are supporting this teaching by their radio station, or maybe they have a group that they share teachings on. Let us all do that. Let us all engage in sharing this. The reason I'm saying that is that I think that if I'm learned, I've developed myself, I'm imbibing all these good things in me. But if I'm engaging with everybody in the world that don't have this knowledge, it's, number one, it's not their fault. I also need to share those things with them so that they also will learn and develop. But it would be so frustrating for me if I know the right thing, I know the truth, and I'm doing the right thing, but I'm engaging with people that don't know the truth, they don't have any idea, they don't have the understanding, they don't have the knowledge. So we all owe it to ourselves, to our world, to share this with everybody, to share it so that they can also gain the same freedom, and then we can then work together. Then we'll be in agreement of understanding. So this is one of the reasons why I think that we really need to share with as many people as possible, because we're not an island. We're not going to be on our own. All the people that we're going to be engaging with, either with business, with their education, with their relationships, they also need to have this knowledge and this freedom. Otherwise, we would just be a lone ranger fighting a battle on our own, because we still have to engage with them. And if we don't share this knowledge, then they can't develop. You know, like somebody said, I have grown a lot. If I didn't know this, I wouldn't grow, and I wouldn't be this way to be able to share these things. So let's share with them, as Dr. Sunday is sharing with us. Sheun, I think we should have the last words so I can see some of your comments. So let's read them. What do you have to say about people who take loving them for granted? Oh, Sheun, I'm saying this because people take privilege for granted. Yes, that's true, Sheun. And I think Chimezi has got words for you. So maybe you're not going to have the last word, but it's on your comment. Say, Sheun, just the same thing Christ would say or do about us. Wow. We have all taken his love for granted. Peter did, but repented. Same for Matthew, who didn't believe until later, but Christ was constant with love and patience. It can be frustrating, I admit, but the answer remains love. I don't think I could say better. You know, the answer remains love. So we don't need to push, we don't need to force, you know, just continue with the love. You know, let love win. Let love do its thing, you know. Love will vindicate you. Love would give you a resolution. It will give you a result. It will give you a solution to everything. So all you need to do is just love the person. Even when they take you for granted, I think that just continue to love them, and then something will minister to them, which I believe is God will minister to them. That means I am on the right track. Yes, Sheun, thank you very much. You are on the right track. Everybody that is on this platform is on the right track, if I may say so myself. And the producer here is telling me that my time is out and I need to. So guys, it's been a pleasure. I always enjoy spending time with you. I can't say that enough. I know I say that all the time, but I can't say that enough, and I appreciate you guys so much. I hope to see you soon. Now is in about 55 minutes. Dr. Sunday will be teaching. I'll be in the background, and I hope that you will also be watching with us as we are all learning even more. I'm looking forward to this evening. The Vindication series continue. See you later. Take care. Bye.